Hi, welcome to the Motion Picture Notion. I'm your host, Gabriel Burton, and today I wanted to sort of touch up on something else I've talked about in recent reviews. I'd like to talk about The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, the director's cut. Now, I have watched all of the extended editions of Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit trilogy, not so much. I was never really that enthused about watching an extended version of something that was already, like, milked to hell, you know? So I never watched the extended edition to the first film, and I never watched the extended edition to the second film. When the director's cut for the third film came out, I just so happened to be cruising through a Walmart, and I happened to look over and I see it, and I'm like, oh, they did a director's cut of that. Cool, let me check it out. So I look at it, I'm like, that's a nice fancy cover, flip it over. It says rated R? The fucking Hobbit? Really? I thought I was going nuts. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And I'm like looking at it, it says like, for action violence. And I'm sort of like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay. Either A, it was an MPAA bullshit thing where they're like, well, there's a little bit too much action in it. Okay, it was either something like that or it's a marketing ploy, like it's Peter Jackson saying like, oh, hey, guys, can we give this an R rating because it's going to sell more copies? Which, I mean, inevitably, in my case, it did. So finally, it got down to $12.95, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, you know what, I'm buying it, all right? So I bought it, I put the digital copy on my Vudu, and damn. Now, I will just say, this isn't like a recommendation for everybody, okay? Like, if you don't like the Hobbit movies, don't get this. All the over-the-top shit that happens in the regular edition, there's even more over-the-top shit. There are like these like extended sequences of like, it's almost like watching a video game. Like you get so immersed in just like, this is totally not realistic, but it's really fun. I'm going along for the ride. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? But just for frame of reference, all right? There is an added sequence where the dwarves are riding in this sleigh that has spindly blades on each of the wheels. And they're, like, careening through fucking orcs, and there's, like, arms and legs and fucking shit flying everywhere. Kind of actually reminiscent of Peter Jackson's Dead Alive, except everything is fucking CG in this movie. There's actually one thing that I'm not going to mention that is quite gratifying, and I kind of wondered when I saw the original version, or, like, the not extended version, I was like, oh, wow, it's kind of sad that they didn't tie anything in with that. They do in the director's cut. There's a lot of added violence, and it's quite fun if that's your kind of thing, okay? Once again, if you didn't like the original version of the Hobbit movies, don't bother. Don't waste your money, okay? But if you did, or if you looked at it as like sort of a fun thrill ride, you want to see a chapter of the Middle-earth saga that is R-rated, like legitimately R-rated, I would recommend picking up a copy. So anyways, guys, hey, if you get the chance, if you like the Hobbit trilogy, definitely check out the director's cut. If you don't bother. And that's all she wrote.